And now, BillyCBoxing.com presents Thumbs Up, Thumbs Down with Billy C. Here he is, Billy C.
Thank you, Jeremy. And we're coming at you from the Billy C studio in Lake George, New York. I'm Bill Calogero, and it's time for BillyCBoxing.com's Boxing's Thumbs Up and Thumbs Down for today, July 9th in the year 2012. Hey, listen, I got several thumbs up and thumbs down for today. First, we're going to start off with thumbs up. Thumbs up goes to Carson Jones for putting up a great fight against Kell Brook on Saturday in England. Hey, listen, man, I never gave Carson Jones any credit, and boy, was I wrong. He put up a close fight. Some people argue that he should have won that fight. It goes to show you that the kid went over to the other side of the pond and did what he had to do, came up slightly short. Kell Brook remains undefeated and is in line for a title shot, but thumbs up goes to his opponent, Carson Jones, for a great performance on Saturday. Thumbs up also goes to a great performance by Will Rosinsky. You know, here's two fighters in Carson Jones and Will Rosinsky who actually gained value and losing at the same time. Will Rosinsky put up a great fight against Kelly Pavlik, who's nothing. Kelly Pavlik is really nothing like he was prior to the Bernard Hopkins fight. I personally feel that if Will Rosinsky continued the body attack that he put on in the first round and just was just totally focused on the body attack for at least the first 5 rounds, I think Kelly Pavlik would have slowed down dramatically, and I think Will could have stopped them. But he didn't. He abandoned it a little bit, only worked the body sporadically after the first round, and gave a good performance, but came up short. So thumbs up to Will Rosinsky and Kelly Pavlik for fighting on short notice. I mean, he knew about the fight, but he had fought not too long ago. And finally, thumbs up to Top Ranks Bob Arum. Whoa. Since when have you heard me give Top Ranks Bob Arum a thumbs up? This time, I'm saying that he gets a thumb up for him mentioning in a post-fight press conference when he was asked about who was going to fight Kelly Pavlik next, if he was going to be fighting for a world title. He said, you know what, belts don't have any value anymore. And I agree with him. A lot of the sanctioning belts do not have any value, specifically the WBA and WBC, and sprinkle in the IBF as well. You know, whenever you got fighters, when you got sanctioning bodies refusing to unify titles and all of that stuff, just goes to show you that they put themselves above the sport. I give a thumbs up to Top Rank and Bob Arum for looking for fights that mean more. Fights with Kelly Pavlik against guys like Carl Froch and Miguel Kessler mean a lot more to me personally than if they were fighting for a belt. So thumbs up for his attitude on that one. Okay, thumbs down. Why? We got a couple, okay? And I say number one goes to Epic, okay? Why do I say thumbs down to Epic? Not because they picked up the Klitschko fight, because I give them an attaboy for that. I give them a thumbs down for having Dan Rafael part of the broadcast. Listen, man, I give Dan Rafael all the credit in the world for being a fantastic writer. I give Dan Rafael all the credit in the world for being a fantastic reporter. No one covers the inside scoop as much as Dan Rafael. He gets the numbers, he gets everything else. But there's one thing that's so blatantly obvious with Dan Rafael. He does not know the sport of boxing. This guy doesn't know a left hook from a fish hook, and to have his self on television and giving him a scorecard is just ludicrous. It goes to show you that Epic doesn't have much experience in the sport of boxing either. You know, I didn't mind their blow-by-blow guy. I didn't mind, having Freddie Roach there. But Dan Rafael, please, he's got to get out of there, man. That just ruined their whole broadcast. Thumbs down to Epic for even including Dan Rafael in your broadcast. To HBO, we're giving a thumbs down for holding back Max Kellerman. Listen, man, I'm not a big Max Kellerman fan, but the thing is that Max is a knowledgeable guy of the sport, and it's obvious to me that he's being held back on some of his comments and some of the things that HBO wants him to say or not say. You know, HBO did a really good job, I think, even though I'm not big on Roy Jones Jr., I think Antonio does a much better job. Antonio Tarver, I couldn't think of his last name there. Antonio Tarver does a much better job. Lennox Lewis does a much better job. I think Roy Jones Jr. is not that great, but I would take Bob Papa, Max Kellerman, and Roy Jones Jr. over Jim Lampley, Larry Merchant, and Manny Stewart any day. any day. Jim Lampley is specifically and Larry Merchant need to go. Manny Stewart, of course, is a Hall of Famer. Great, insight from him. So he shouldn't be included in that. But the bottom line is Bob Papa and Max Kellerman could do a fantastic job if HBO lets Max Kellerman loose. Let this guy say what's on his mind. He does know the sport, and those guys did a fantastic job blowing away Lampley and Merchant for sure. Thumbs down also to the this third surge that we have in the government running boxing. Listen, man, I gave in the ending of the show, the previous show, Talking Boxing with Billy C, I gave 3 major reasons why I feel the government can't run it. Look at how good of a job they do with A, our post office, B, our financial institutions, and C, our auto industry. Let's judge them on that. They can't run any of those 3 things. What makes you think they're going to be able to run boxing? To have the United States Boxing Commission is a complete joke. Now, if you want to put something in place to oversee something like the ABC, that I'm all for. Just to double police something, that's cool. But to put the burden of the sport of boxing in the government's hands, please, if we think it's corrupt now, just wait until the United States government gets a hand of it. Hey, that concludes our thumbs up, thumbs down. Make sure you tune in tomorrow. Ciao, baby.